Come on, clap your hands if you love him. You sound like you got a crush on him. I said, clap your hands if you love him. If you have your Bibles, would you secure them? Stand to your feet. I want to direct your attention to Mark chapter 5. New Testament book of Mark, the 5th chapter. I want to illuminate for your understanding verses 2 through 10. Mark 5, 2 through 10. Once you found it, won't you say, I got it? If you can't find it, say, Lord, help me. Yes. Bible study is Tuesday night. Yes. Mark chapter 5, verses 2 through 10. Won't you read silently as I read aloud? When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to break him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again, "Don't send me out of the area." You may be seated. Mark 5, verses 2 through 10. I want to look at verse number 9. Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." I want to preach for a little while this morning using as a subject, "Don't call me out my name." Don't call me out my name. Look at the person beside you. Look them dead in the eye and say, "I'm only going to tell you this once." Yeah, look, y'all think I'm playing. Look them in the eye and say, "I'm only going to tell you this once now. Don't call me out my name." My dear friends, Alex Haley captured America's attention in the 70s when he unleashed the most watched television series in history, Roots, which traced the story of one African American's family from ancestry to the contemporary. One of the most seminal scenes is when the viewers are escorted back to 1756, when a 15-year-old boy has just completed his rites of passage ritual into manhood and thereby awarded the name Kunta Kinte. Soon after, he's going out to the woods to make a drum, which is the instrument for communication, when abruptly slave traders capture him and throw him on a vessel headed to America. That slave ship's name was the Lord's Legionnaire. After surviving the Middle Passage, he ends up on a plantation where the owners execute their program to strip him of humanity in order to ensure compliance. They want to rename him Toby, but he refuses to answer, so they tie him to a stake and whip him mercilessly in an attempt to break him. Under blood-curdling screams, he insists on being called Kunta Kinte because that represented his manhood, his strength, his honor, his courage, and his lineage. Finally, unable to withstand the pain, he conceded and resigned to being called Toby. I want you to be aware of the fact that people who call you out of your name are intending to separate you from your potential and want to distance you from your actual calling. Something has happened that our children are being brainwashed without conditioner, that they boast on being the baddest bee because they've never had a real overcoming. You can't purport to be a thug and a gangster and you own no property. Have no businesses and you still live in your mama's house. The irony of this hypocrisy is that the practice has seeped its way into the sanctuary. It's amazing that as the offspring of the oppressed, we have in large measure adopted a colonized Christianity. From our days of Sunday school all the way up to seminary, the 3 Hebrew boys who served as proteges to Daniel and operated in ethical resistance in their refusal to bow down to the neurotic, despotic leadership of King Nebuchadnezzar and took a militaristic stance, were thrown in the fiery furnace. The Bible gives us the insight to know that these 3 Hebrew boys had superior intellect, disciplined eating habits, and uncompromised convictions. Following the Willie Lynch playbook, they not only stripped them of their culture, their language, but also their names. On their birth certificates, they are Hananiah, which means God is gracious. Mishael, which translates that what God is who God is. And Azaziah, which means God has helped. And isn't it amazing that most of us in this room only know them by their slave names? And so we are fostering their own degradation every time we call them Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It goes to show you that you can come through the fire and people still want to see you broken. You can survive some of the greatest atrocities of your life and people want to pigeonhole you for one chapter without really knowing the full table of contents of what you represent. One of the biggest lies that we tell children is that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt us. Truth be told, name calling is one of the most dangerous types of bullying. It leaves victims with negative images about who they are and can scorch their identity even into adulthood. Name calling is the diabolical attempt to redefine your genuine God-given intention. 75% of elementary school kids, 65% of high schoolers give testimony to being called names. There are so many people who are in this sanctuary, on your pew, sitting next to you, if it is not you, who have been weighed down by somebody in the back of the school bus, somebody in the cafeteria, somebody in homeroom, who called you something then that still has tattooed itself on your self-identity now. You haven't been able to shake that they called you fat, called you stupid, called you ugly, called you retarded, called you gay, called you a punk, called you a weirdo. And somehow just that name alone had the strength enough to chip away at your self-esteem. Because all the times that they called you fat, stupid, and ugly, nobody said you were above and not beneath. Nobody told you that you were created to be a lender and not a borrower. Nobody reminded you that you are more than a conqueror, that you are joint heir, that you are the salt of the earth, that you are a demon chaser, a history maker, and a world changer. And so even now at 43, at 37, at 56, you are trapped in what they called you at 13. Because the name stuck. In Todd Herman's enlightening book entitled The Alter Ego Effect, The Power of Secret Identities, he urges the reader to name your enemy. Because as soon as you name your enemy, you are giving your enemy an identity. You have to name it so that you are equipped to defeat it. If I say the names, the Ku Klux Klan, Darth Vader, Joker, Donald Trump, you can identify immediately identify it, and then there is an emotion attached to it. That is the power of giving it a name. It equips us to address it. Lately, the vernacular of warfare has shifted, where we just address everything as the work of the enemy. Long before we were in amazing architectural structures like this one, before we found ourselves in phenomenons that we call mega churches. Grandmothers, great-grandmother, aunt, foster mom used to drag us down the storefront churches where they had washboards and tambourines. And they didn't wait for communion Sunday, but the church mothers had on white nurses' shoes and never went to medical school. And some old church mother in the middle of service wasn't a part of the liturgical dance, and she wasn't waving no flag. She wasn't on the program. Pastor didn't give her any permission. But some old church mother would just cry out loud in the middle of devotions. That's before we had praise and worship. In devotion service, church mother used to cry out, "Satan, we gonna tear your kingdom." That grandmother, 5'3", weighing 92 pounds, had a prayer life that was heavier than 2 tons. And she wasn't afraid of anything or anybody. And she made up in her mind Satan wasn't going to have her kids. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. Satan wasn't going to have her health. She didn't have much money, but Satan wasn't going to have her mind. And she was strong enough to be able to call him by name. But this new generation, it's just the enemy is after me. The enemy made me have a bad day. The enemy is attacking my body. No, you ain't fighting no invisible enemy. You are fighting Satan. But I came to tell you the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty under God for the pulling down of strongholds. I can tell some of y'all are really not in the army, and so I ain't got time for no punks in the body. But those of y'all that are not afraid of them, I came to tell that nasty, slimy, no good devil, Satan, we gonna tear your kingdom. Hamasha. I didn't come to play with them. Elbow the person beside you and say, I know you've been in the fight of your life. I know it's been heavy. And you ain't got to scream, you ain't got to holler. I got this. I came to tell Satan and all of his imps, we gonna tear your kingdom. Be seated, please. Thank you. I feel something getting ready to break. If you ain't too stuck up, ain't too bougie, hallelujah, I dare you to just elbow your neighbor and tell him Satan is already defeated. He's be seated, I'm coming. I remember a time in Mark chapter 5, Jesus is getting out of a boat, and this demon-possessed man came out of the cemetery. He came out of the cemetery, and he's running towards Jesus. Jesus came to have life, and this man has his mail being sent to the cemetery. He lives there. He is the opposite of Jesus. Jesus came so that we might have life. And this man only feels comfortable around death. Living in a cemetery. Aren't you sick of attracting your opposite? You got so much life, so much creativity, so much energy, so much zeal, so many dreams, so many ideas. And here comes somebody out the cemetery trying to kill your dream, kill your idea, kill your focus, kill your enthusiasm. He lives in the cemetery, and here's how we know he is comfortable with death. He is an agent of self-sabotage. They try to tie him up with chains, and you would think if he broke free of the chain that he would get out the cemetery. He would just use the broken chain to cut himself. I don't know how you feel about it, but it becomes draining. Have to always support and push people who major in self-sabotage. God gives them an opportunity and an avenue to break free, and they do nothing with the opportunity but injure themselves. I'm tired of begging grown-ups to grow up. I'm tired of having to parent people that should be wise realize by now. He keeps doing stuff to injure himself. Got him an interview, still show up late. Give them an opportunity, they still won't seize it. You show them how to get money and they second guess it while they broke. I have expended too much energy on people who don't want to be better and then resent me for wanting better. You are not mad with me. You just hate your own spirit of mediocrity. So please don't have an attitude because I got drive and you sitting in park. Nobody told you to sit there. You got to do something. He sees Jesus from a distance and falls on his knees. Hear this. And start crying out to God. What do you want with me? Jesus, Son of the Most High God, in God's name, don't torture me. Y'all got to read the text. Nowhere is Jesus having a prayer line. It wasn't no deliverance service. He became uneasy, y'all not gonna like it, because of Jesus's presence. Too many of you are staying up at night trying to figure out why these fools don't like you. You ain't done nothing but show up. And when you show up, it exposes the demons inside of them. It ain't you, it's the spirit that's in them. You walk in the room, they looking you up and down, act like you done stole their last $5. They upset just because you look happy, like you don't need nothing, and they don't know it ain't money that gave me this smile. The joy of the Lord is my strength, and the strength of the Lord is my joy. This demon-possessed man, he broke the chains off of him, broke it off himself, and kept saying, Master, don't torture me, when Jesus wasn't even paying attention to him. Jesus sees this demon-possessed man. I need y'all to get the picture. Jesus sees the demon-possessed man running to him. And before he can get to Jesus, Jesus starts casting out spirits and says, come out, you impure spirit. I speak over every person who is under the covenant of new birth, that God is going to cast out demons before they get to you. Whoever is trying to get close to you that got bad intentions, I pray that the Holy Ghost will put a hedge fence of protection around your life. Be seated, I'm coming. Hallelujah. Be seated, I'm coming. Hallelujah. Be seated. I'm coming. Thank you. Be seated, please. 300 of you. I'm coming. Be seated. Thank you. I got to show you this. Be seated. I'm coming. Hallelujah. Pastor, I'm confused. What you doing? He put a hedge fence of protection around my life. You ought to be shouting that no weapon that is formed against you. I need you to lift up that hand. I want to speak over you what I heard God say. I'm letting no liars near you, no manipulators near you, no scam artists near you, no heartbreakers near you. Whoever gets close to you in this season, they gotta get permission from God first. I seal every business deal, every relationship, every encounter has gotta be with somebody filled. Be seated. Hallelujah. Only 70 of y'all are going to shout. The rest of y'all don't worry about it. I'm asking God before Memorial Day to show me the demons near me. Show me the folk that are around me that don't have my best interests at heart. Say so. Be seated. Hallelujah. Can't get close to me. Be seated, please. They can't get close to you. I said they can't get close to you. You don't know why the relationship didn't work. God, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. You don't know why y'all's time never add up. You never know why it is at the last minute plans always fall apart. He said, you better not get depressed, sad, and frustrated. I saved you from a pretty demon. I rescued you from a handsome demon. Said in no uncertain terms. And Jesus asked an incredible, insightful question. Watch what Jesus asked. Jesus asked of this man, what is your name? He asked him, what is your name? What is your name? And he don't even speak. The demons in him start talking. God help me. And says, my name is Legion, for we are many. I got to show you this. Is that Jesus never calls him by that name. Because Jesus needed to check him and let him know, you may think you are many, but I ain't tripping. It's more with me than there are against me. I'm talking to those of you that know I got angels that are covering me. Even. Said, I'm not calling you by that name. And the demons began to plead. How loud? Because they realized that their time is short. That they're getting ready to be evicted. Said, would you do us a favor? Let us stay in the area. That's what they asked. I'm in verse number 10, clause B, New International Version. Let's stay in the area. King James Version, translate 1611, said, can we stay in this county? Says, no, when I get rid of the demon that is approaching you, not only can it not stay in this area, it can't stay in this county. Why? And I'm telling you, y'all better tear up this church or switch your seat. He said, I got to move that demon so far away that it can't attach itself to anybody you care about. I got to move him so far away that that demon will never be able to get close. Says I got to do something. Be seated for the last time. Last time. After that, do whatever you want to do, please. Please. He said, I was crying out, please, don't get rid of me. And the thing that messes me up is this man who's demon possessed bows down and worships. Crying out, don't get rid of me. My problem with some of y'all is you claim to be saved. But we got no evidence of you ever worshiping. God help me. If a demon can cry out, I'm trying to figure out why you so cute and why you think you all of that you can't get in the face of God to say, Lord, whatever you do, please. I got to worship him because I know I got to fight with my own demons. God help me. So I got to worship him because there's some brokenness in me that I haven't completely surrendered. I got to worship him because when I would do good, evil, y'all still ain't saying, I got to worship him because, oh, wretched man that I am, who can deliver me? I got to worship him. And he said, Jamal, tell New Birth if they're going to worship me. If they're going to worship me in here, tell them I'll answer. My arm is not short that I cannot save. My ear is not heavy that I cannot hear. Tell them, worship me. And I'll get rid of all of their private demons, their pet demons, their secret demons, their intimate demons, their generational demons, their low-hanging fruit demons. I'll kill their shopping demon and their lust demon and their gambling demon and their pornography demon. He said, but if they're going to worship me, he said, Jamal, just tell them if they're going to worship me, make sure they don't call me out my name. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I came to worship him. And I'm so thankful that I ain't never going to call him out his name. I hope I'm not the only Levite here. Well, what you going to call him when you fighting your own personal demons? I call him wonderful. What you gonna call him when you about to lose your mind? I call him counselor. What you gonna call him when you under the fight of your life? I call him mighty God. What you gonna call him when your whole life is messed up? I call him Prince of Peace. Y'all still ain't worshiping him. Lily of the valley, bright and morning star, food when I'm hungry, water when I'm thirsty. You still ain't worshiping him. I call him the great I am, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Tiskanu, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Elohim, El Shaddai, El Elyon, Jehovah Nisi, my wheel in the middle of a wheel, Mary's little baby, Jesus. Jesus. I wish somebody would call his name. Jesus. Jesus.
There is something about that name. Master, Savior, Jesus.
Come on, lift up that hand.
Like the fragrance after the rain. We call you your name, Jesus. We declare your name, Jesus. Hey, we say, Jesus, let all heaven and earth proclaim. Kings, hey, and kingdoms shall all pass away, but there's something, hey, but there's something about the name.
Without any music, can I just hear you open up your mouth and bless him?
Hallelujah. Oh, Jesus, we worship you. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
Come on, everybody, lift up your voice. You are Alpha.
You are Alpha.
Come on, hey.
And Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. Come on, let's raise it. We give you all. We give
I want you to do me a favor real quick. Would you just embrace two people around you that you don't know and just tell them the name of the man that died for you, please?
Jesus. Jesus. Hey. Jesus. His name is Jesus. Hey. He's a counselor. Jesus. We know who you are. Jesus. Mighty warrior. Jesus.
privilege. It's my privilege. It's my honor. Softly. It's my privilege. It's my honor to extend to somebody in this room an opportunity to get connected to that name. You're in this room. I feel you with every fiber of my being. Your spirit is pulling on my spirit. If you're here in this room and you know you got to get your soul right with Jesus, got to get your heart connected to the Master. Wherever it is that you are, you're saying, Pastor, I'm tired of self-sabotage, tired of entertaining demons. I can no longer not call stuff for what it is. Wherever it is that you are in this room, and you're saying, Pastor, this is the day I want to give my life to Jesus Christ. I ain't playing with the devil today. This is the day. I got to get a church home. I need you to come meet me at this altar quick. Come on, clap your hands, New Birth. They already coming. Wherever you are in this room, come on, clap your hands as they come.
Change somebody's life today. Set your people free. Do it only like you can.
New Birth, come on, give God glory as they come.
Jesus, we call you. Jesus, we call you. Jesus, we call you.
Listen, softly, very quickly, wherever it is that you are, I know you in this room today. What we find out about those 3 Hebrew boys in the book of Daniel is, here it is, King Nebuchadnezzar only wanted them because they were gifted. He only wanted them because they had superior qualities. Only wanted them because, hear this, he recognized their potential. I'm talking to those of you who have been under undue assault. I need you to come meet me at this altar. I need y'all to shout for this whole family coming.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Jesus. Oh Lord.
Come on, here they come. Are y'all gonna shout about it?
Give your life to him. Give your life to Jesus. You can turn your life around.
If you want to know, hear me. If you want to know the size of your destiny, look at the size of your attack. Did y'all hear what I just said? If you want to know the size of your destiny, look at the size of your attack. New Birth, here they come. I need y'all to give God glory. If y'all don't shout for this young black father coming, I'm going to lose my mind. Come on, I need y'all to give God glory.
Jesus, turn it around. We know who you are. His name is Jesus.
Listen, I need you to help me open the doors of the church. Lord, do y'all see these whole families coming? Come on, y'all ain't shouting good. Listen very quickly. I want you to pull in for me. Pull in just a little bit. It's 10 other people getting ready to come behind you. And I want to make room for them real quick. Listen to me. The 10 of you that I'm talking to, I need you to move as expeditiously as possible. Everything that happened in your life was setting you up for this moment. The devil hoped you didn't make it to church today. But you fought through everything that could have went wrong happened, but you still pressed your way. Here's one. I'm waiting on 9 of you. Here's 2. I'm waiting on 8 of you. Here's 3. I'm waiting on 7. Here's 4. I'm waiting on 6. Here's 5. I'm waiting on 5. 4. Y'all gonna shout? Here they come. 3. Y'all ain't shouting good. Come on, here they come. All right. Y'all pull in. I got another 10. Waiting on this last 10. Y'all think I'm playing with it? I'm waiting on this last 10 to come. I don't know where you are, but I ain't gonna let the devil win. He done messed up too much of your life. He done sent too many demonic undercover agents to make you lose your focus, lose your joy, lose your zeal, but you didn't lose your promise. Somebody give God glory. Here come 1. There's 2. I'm waiting on 8 more to come. You coming? Come on. There's 3. There's 4. Here come 5. Y'all ain't shouting good. Here comes 6. Here comes 7. Come on. I dare you to give God glory.
We give you glory, Jesus.
There's 8. There's 9. Here come my other 10. Are y'all gonna shout about it?
You give the glory, Jesus. We give the glory, Jesus.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm waiting on this last 5. I told you I got crazy faith. I'm telling you. I believe God for it all. I'm believing God. Y'all better feel your pastor's faith. How many of y'all believe God for 5 more to come? Come on, let's launch out into the deep. Would you do me a favor? Would you check your row for me? I can't get to them. Would you check your row? Find out if the people on your row. Here come 1. I'm only waiting on 4 more. The 4 of y'all holding up my whole service. I'm waiting on 4 of you. Come on. Y'all ain't shouting good. There go 2. There go 3. Here come 4. Y'all gonna shout? 5, 6, 7. Y'all ain't 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Y'all still ain't praising him. All right. All right. How y'all feel? You coming? Come on. How many of y'all feel right now? Yeah. All right. I'm with you. I'm giving you a high five in the air. All right. Look, these last 4. These last 4. I need you to come as quickly as you can. Please. Y'all think I'm playing. But somebody's life is at stake. The devil don't want them at this altar. He don't want them in this church. Because he knows if they get to this altar, their entire life is going to turn around for the better. I'm telling you, I feel that. Here come 2 teenagers. Are y'all going to shout? Are y'all going to shout for this woman coming right now? Are y'all gonna shout for this man coming? I dare you, come on. They still coming, y'all. Make some noise. They still coming. Y'all see it in every aisle. Y'all ought to give him glory. All right. Stretch your right hand to faith. Stretch your right hand to faith. Bless you, sir. Stretch your right hand to faith to them. You better get you some. Look at this mother bringing her children. Y'all gonna shout about it? All right. All right, put your hands down. Just one last person, for real. I gotta go. Just one last person. I'm telling y'all, New Birth, when that last person hit that aisle, I need y'all to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I want y'all to tear the club up. Here she go. Come on, give God some glory.
You get the glory, Jesus. You get the glory, Jesus.
All right. Stretch your right hand to faith. Let's try it. If you in here, come on, come on. For real. We got to go eat. Come on. Stretch your right hand to faith. Repeat after me. You're in the right place. At the right time. Joining the right church. Put your hands down. I know my lines. You telling me what I gave you. I'm really trying to move on with everything that's in me. It's one person that's blocking up my whole spirit. I don't know where you are, but I so so desperately want to see you saved. I mean, real bad. I want to see you living your best life. Can y'all give God some glory? Here they come from the corner pocket. All right, let's try it one more again. Stretch your right hand to faith. Let's go from the top. Everybody, you're in the right place. At the right time. Joining the right church. Serving the only God. And I know that's right. Show you right. If you know I'm right, come on, big ups to the Savior. It's all right. New Birth, they came as friends, they leaving as family. Would you cheer for the next chapter of New Birth? Come on. I want to ask all of you, would you please press your way this way? We believe at our church, you ain't got to be spooky to be spiritual. Amen. So we're not going to make you fall to the ground. We ain't going to pour no olive oil on your head. We just need to get your email. Thank you. I ask that you'll go this way. New Birth, make some noise for those who have come. I want to challenge your faith. Ask that you'll be seated for just one moment. We're leaving together in 5 minutes. Ain't no reason to sneak out. We all leaving out boldly in 5 minutes. Bless the Lord. Look at the person beside you, tell them it's just 5 minutes.